You're in Braves country.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25. 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the Great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Line Up for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup? Mama Cokes?
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub crawl. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam, ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. He's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light
this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing left field for the Colorado Rockies, Sam Hilliard. 7 for 25 on the year with a home run and 2 RBI. Estrada batting second, playing second. 7 RBI, a .275 average. Hunter Goodman behind home plate and batting third. 11 home runs, 40 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .290. Ryan McMahon batting cleanup and playing third. 9 home runs, 22 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .225. Doyle is in center field and batting fifth. 5 home runs, 24 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .204. Moniak is the designated hitter today. He's batting sixth with 7 home runs, 18 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .235. Ritter is at short and batting seventh. 6 for 24 on the year with 4 RBI. Kyle Farmer batting eighth, playing first. A .228 average with 3 home runs, 17 RBI. And Tyler Freeman is batting ninth and in right field. He has 1 home run, 7 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .300. On the mound for the Colorado Rockies today, it's Chase Dollander. He's 2-6 with a 6.85 ERA, a 1.54 WHIP, 44 2/3 innings, 47 hits allowed, 42 strikeouts, 22 walks, and 12 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Spencer Strider, who is 0-5. He's got a 5.4 ERA, a 1.28 WHIP, 25 innings, 21 hits, 24 strikeouts, 11 walks, 5 home runs given up. Backing up Spencer Strider in the bottom of the first inning, and in right field, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. He's got a .375 average, 6 home runs, 11 RBI, 1 stolen base. Batting second, playing left, Alex Verdugo. A .255 clip with 11 RBI, 1 stolen base. Batting third, playing third, Austin Riley. 11 home runs, 35 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .279. Batting cleanup and playing first, Matt Olson. 14 home runs and 42 RBI. He has a .246 average. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 11 home runs, 34 RBI, a .257 average. Batting sixth and behind home plate, it's Drake Baldwin. He has 7 home runs and 19 RBI, a .294 clip. Batting seventh, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 6 home runs, 25 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .228. Batting eighth and in center field, it's Michael Harris II. He has 6 home runs, 41 RBI, 10 stolen bases, batting .238. And Nick Allen is batting ninth and playing short, a .229 average with 6 stolen bases and 13 RBI. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Alan Porter. Your first base umpire, Jim Wolf. Chris Segal will be manning second, and down the third base line, it's Alex McKay. Game time temperatures here at Truist Park at first pitch are expected to be around 84 degrees, with the wind blowing in from right field at about 8 miles an hour. There is a threat of rain, though just a minor chance at the beginning. Severe chances of thunderstorms at around the 7:30, 8 o'clock mark. So hopefully we can get this game in with no interruptions. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 375 on the money line, minus 2.5 on the run line, plus 100. Your over-under is 8.5. The pitcher props, Spencer Strider's over-under strikeouts, 8.5 at a plus 135 on the over. The under, minus 195. Our pick to click today, going to have to kind of throw a dart. For folks who don't remember, we faced Chase Dollander earlier this year, and though he's had a high ERA versus everybody else, he pitched a gem against Atlanta. Versus the Braves, he went 5 2/3, gave up just 1 run and only 2 hits. Striking out 4, he did walk 3. So our pick to click today, we're going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. He was not in the lineup that day, back on April 30th. This is a guy that everybody else is getting to. The Braves had their problems. Should be noted, against Arizona in late May, he pitched well, but only went 4 2/3, giving up 1 run. In Miami, June 3rd, he only gave up 2 runs, but he only lasted 3 innings. The rest of the time, he's been getting pelted. The Mets put 5 runs on him, 8 hits in just 3 innings. The Tigers, 3 innings, 6 earned runs. He's had a lot of really short outings. If the Braves can get to him early and often, run that pitch count up, and get him out of the game, they'll get into that weak Colorado bullpen that we saw on display last night. He's on beating these Rockies. Not a huge sample size versus Spencer Strider. Moniak is 2 for 3, and Estrada 3 for 10. The rest have either not seen Spencer Strider, which is about half the lineup, or they're 0 for. McMahon's 0 for 5, Farmer 0 for 4. But remember, that was against elite Spencer Strider. He's not there yet. And the idea that his strikeout number in Vegas is 8.5 seems extremely high, considering he's averaging about 5 strikeouts, if that. Spencer Strider has got to keep the ball down in the zone, and maybe we'll see a handful of strikeouts or more. I don't expect to see the 8.5 number to get eclipsed, but we'd be happy with the 6-pack. More importantly, keep the runs off the board. Spencer Strider's 0-5 for a reason. You can't blame the offense the entire time when you have a 5.4 ERA and a whip of 1.28. Just 24 strikeouts in 25 innings. That's very low for Spencer Strider for his career. What's more alarming is the 5 home runs in the 25 innings and 11 walks. This Rocky bunch, they do have hitters. That's what they draft because of their stadium. So he can't just go in there and expect to win. Let's get Spencer Strider his very first win for 2025. We're going to take your Atlanta Braves to win this one and get to Dollander. We say the Braves win this one going away. Give me Atlanta with a 9-4 victory. We have a couple of clips we want to play for you. The first one is Money Mike after yesterday's game.
Well, things were not looking good there in the bottom of the 6th, Michael. Take me inside your at bat. They seem to be working you inside. Were you looking at that place?
Yeah, I was trying to be able to get down and see the sinker. Once I saw spin, I just tried to stay through it and I guess drive it, and I did that.
3 homers in the last week for you. What's behind this power surge?
It's really just finding myself and finding confidence and really getting into a rhythm. Just knowing how my body works normally the previous years and trying to do that this year.
When you say finding yourself, is that an adjustment? What is that?
I mean, yeah, obviously adjustments. If something's not going right, you're going to have to adjust in this game. I feel like every year you're going to have to adjust. Sometimes every week, every month. So just staying on top of that and trying to find myself is what I'm trying to do right now.
Well, season high 12 runs. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Michael Harris right after the game last night. And then they went on to interview Brian Snitker post-game. And this one's a little longer clip, but he kind of goes over what happened yesterday and get his insights on all that kind of stuff that went on. Of course, Bryce Elder got pelted, but the bullpen did a great job to get the Braves in the game. And look, I can't say enough for what the Braves did. When you look at the way Aaron Bummer came in and put the fire out, Pierce Johnson did a great job. So did De Los Santos. Even Iglesias, who didn't look sharp, but he did put a 0 up. Still question putting Lee out there with, at that point, it turned into an 8-run lead because we are going to need him most likely in at least 1, if not 2 more of these games to get the sweep. And the sweep, to me, is imperative. You can't look at this anymore, as Snitker always talks about trying to win the series. This isn't a series you're trying to win. If you win 2 or 3, it's going to feel like a letdown. You're looking to get the brooms out. You have a tough road ahead of you. We've got New York up next. The Mets come in on Tuesday, and then we go out on our road trip. It's a 7-day road trip, 7 games in 7 days against 2 division rivals, 4 in New York. And then we come home and face the Phillies. So when you have the soft spots in the schedule, you got to take advantage of them. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe the Braves will get another blowout today, and we won't need Dylan Lee or Iglesias for that matter. Iglesias, you could have understood why they did it at the time. It was a much closer game, but when Lee came in, it was a blowout. You got Dollander today. Tomorrow, Austin Gomber comes in for a season debut for the Rockies. And as far as stuff-wise, he's the best pitcher they have on the staff. Now, we've got Sale going, so we're still going to be the favorites, but you could end up with a fairly close game tomorrow in a low-scoring game. Here's Brian Snicker on last night.
Let's start with Marcelo. We know he's been battling that hip. What was it to mean to you what he's done and continues to produce like this?
No, it's been good. I mean, I know that was big for him today because, he's grinding through it and he's running good and BP's fine and hopefully something like today just kind of maybe gets him going.
I thought Mike was, Pirates talked about hitting more line drives, getting the ball in the air. Seems like he's doing that lately.
Yeah, no, I know they've talked to him about that and none bigger than tonight, that's for sure. So, they're working all the time at this. I mean, it's not like we've been struggling to put these innings together and games and that they're all, aware of it and working at it. So hopefully this is, now we've had 3 out of 4 games have been pretty good. We've been adding on runs and hitting with guys on. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
Well, had his 3rd straight 3-hit game. Also had to walk and had that stolen base and then that diving catch. It's like he's running all right.
He's running great, yeah. And he's like on the sac fly and I don't know, that ball down the corner, where that thing came from, he was probably a foot away from throwing a guy out at second on that with that throw. Now he keeps swinging really good. It's kind of nice to see him just, he's putting a good part of the bat on the ball and he's timed up really good. And if he'd have got the one in the air, who knows where that thing would have landed. But yeah, he's been playing great, like I say, and he's been, like we talked earlier, he's been smart about, using when to turn it on, and that was just running on a 3-2 count right there. It really wasn't running for a stolen base, just trying to stay out double play to hopefully get a run closer.
4 days ago, you're in the midst of a losing streak. When you win 3 out of 4, how much does that change your mindset and remind you how good this team can be?
Well, yeah, it does. It does. I mean, it's tough to get through those, but you know what? I got to hand it we just keep grinding away, and like I say, just hopefully it's always something that can springboard and get you going. So no, this is always, you'd much rather have it like this than the other.
How significant is it to win now? When you think about, you're already hearing people say, "Are the Braves going to be slow?"
No, I know
that kind of stuff. I mean.
Well, I said this afternoon, I mean, these are big games, all of them. Winning series needs to go back to doing that, which we had a really good streak of that. And it's, as we know, we've done it before, not this far back, but you know what? It's possible to chase guys down after the All-Star break, but we want to, I think for our psyche and everything, these are all big games.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday. And if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing left field for the Colorado Rockies, Sam Hilliard. 7 for 25 on the year with a home run and 2 RBI. Estrada batting second, playing second. 7 RBI, a .275 average. Hunter Goodman behind home plate and batting third. 11 home runs, 40 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .290. Ryan McMahon batting cleanup and playing third. 9 home runs, 22 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .225. Doyle is in center field and batting fifth. 5 home runs, 24 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .204. Moniak is the designated hitter today. He's batting sixth with 7 home runs, 18 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .235. Ritter is at short and batting seventh. 6 for 24 on the year with 4 RBI. Kyle Farmer batting eighth, playing first. A .228 average with 3 home runs, 17 RBI. And Tyler Freeman is batting ninth and in right field. He has 1 home run, 7 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .300. On the mound for the Colorado Rockies today, it's Chase Dollander. He's 2-6 with a 6.85 ERA, a 1.54 WHIP, 44 2/3 innings, 47 hits allowed, 42 strikeouts, 22 walks, and 12 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Spencer Strider, who is 0-5. He's got a 5.4 ERA, a 1.28 WHIP, 25 innings, 21 hits, 24 strikeouts, 11 walks, 5 home runs given up. Backing up Spencer Strider in the bottom of the first inning, and in right field, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. He's got a .375 average, 6 home runs, 11 RBI, 1 stolen base. Batting second, playing left, Alex Verdugo. A .255 clip with 11 RBI, 1 stolen base. Batting third, playing third, Austin Riley. 11 home runs, 35 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .279. Batting cleanup and playing first, Matt Olson. 14 home runs and 42 RBI. He has a .246 average. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 11 home runs, 34 RBI, a .257 average. Batting sixth and behind home plate, it's Drake Baldwin. He has 7 home runs and 19 RBI, a .294 clip. Batting seventh, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 6 home runs, 25 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .228. Batting eighth and in center field, it's Michael Harris II. He has 6 home runs, 41 RBI, 10 stolen bases, batting .238. And Nick Allen is batting ninth and playing short, a .229 average with 6 stolen bases and 13 RBI. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Alan Porter. Your first base umpire, Jim Wolf. Chris Segal will be manning second, and down the third base line, it's Alex McKay. Game time temperatures here at Truist Park at first pitch are expected to be around 84 degrees, with the wind blowing in from right field at about 8 miles an hour. There is a threat of rain, though just a minor chance at the beginning. Severe chances of thunderstorms at around the 7:30, 8 o'clock mark. So hopefully we can get this game in with no interruptions. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 375 on the money line, minus 2.5 on the run line, plus 100. Your over-under is 8.5. The pitcher props, Spencer Strider's over-under strikeouts, 8.5 at a plus 135 on the over. The under, minus 195. Our pick to click today, going to have to kind of throw a dart. For folks who don't remember, we faced Chase Dollander earlier this year, and though he's had a high ERA versus everybody else, he pitched a gem against Atlanta. Versus the Braves, he went 5 2/3, gave up just 1 run and only 2 hits. Striking out 4, he did walk 3. So our pick to click today, we're going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. He was not in the lineup that day, back on April 30th. This is a guy that everybody else is getting to. The Braves had their problems. Should be noted, against Arizona in late May, he pitched well, but only went 4 2/3, giving up 1 run. In Miami, June 3rd, he only gave up 2 runs, but he only lasted 3 innings. The rest of the time, he's been getting pelted. The Mets put 5 runs on him, 8 hits in just 3 innings. The Tigers, 3 innings, 6 earned runs. He's had a lot of really short outings. If the Braves can get to him early and often, run that pitch count up, and get him out of the game, they'll get into that weak Colorado bullpen that we saw on display last night. Keys on beating these Rockies. Not a huge sample size versus Spencer Strider. Moniak is 2 for 3, and Estrada 3 for 10. The rest have either not seen Spencer Strider, which is about half the lineup, or they're 0 for. McMahon's 0 for 5, Farmer 0 for 4. But remember, that was against elite Spencer Strider. He's not there yet. And the idea that his strikeout number in Vegas is 8.5 seems extremely high, considering he's averaging about 5 strikeouts, if that. Spencer Strider has got to keep the ball down in the zone. Maybe we'll see a handful of strikeouts or more. I don't expect to see the 8.5 number to get eclipsed. But we'd be happy with the 6-pack. More importantly, keep the runs off the board. Spencer Strider's 0-5 for a reason. You can't blame the offense the entire time when you have a 5.4 ERA and a whip of 1.28. Just 24 strikeouts in 25 innings. That's very low for Spencer Strider for his career. What's more alarming is the 5 home runs in the 25 innings and 11 walks. This Rocky bunch, they do have hitters. That's what they draft because of their stadium. So he can't just go in there and expect to win. Let's get Spencer Strider his very first win for 2025. We're going to take your Atlanta Braves to win this one and get to the Hollander. We say the Braves win this one going away. Give me Atlanta with a 9-4 victory. We have a couple of clips we want to play for you. The first one is Money Mike after yesterday's game.
Well, things were not looking good there in the bottom of the 6th, Michael. Take me inside. You're at bat. They seem to be working you inside. Were you looking at that place?
Yeah, I was trying to be able to get down and see the sinker. Once I saw spin, I just tried to stay through it and I guess drive it, and I did that.
3 homers in the last week for you. What's behind this power surge?
It's really just finding myself and finding confidence and really getting into a rhythm. Just knowing how my body works normally the previous years and trying to do that this year.
When you say finding yourself, is that an adjustment? What is that?
I mean, yeah, obviously adjustments. If something's not going right, you're going to have to adjust in this game. I feel like every year you're going to have to adjust. Sometimes every week, every month. So just staying on top of that and trying to find myself is what I'm trying to do right now.
Well, season high 12 runs. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Michael Harris right after the game last night. And then they went on to interview Brian Snitker post-game. And this one's a little longer clip, but he kind of goes over what happened yesterday and get his insights on all that kind of stuff that went on. Of course, Bryce Elder got pelted, but the bullpen did a great job to get the Braves in the game. And look, I can't say enough for what the Braves did. When you look at the way Aaron Bummer came in and put the fire out, Pierce Johnson did a great job. So did De Los Santos. Even Iglesias, who didn't look sharp, but he did put a 0 up. Still question putting Lee out there with, at that point, it turned into an 8-run lead because we are going to need him most likely in at least 1, if not 2 more of these games to get the sweep. And the sweep, to me, is imperative. You can't look at this anymore as Snitker always talks about trying to win the series. This isn't a series you're trying to win. If you win 2 or 3, it's going to feel like a letdown. You're looking to get the brooms out because you have a tough road ahead of you. We've got New York up next. The Mets come in on Tuesday, and then we go out on our road trip. It's a 7-day road trip, 7 games in 7 days against 2 division rivals, 4 in New York. And then we come home and face the Phillies. So when you have the soft spots in the schedule, you got to take advantage of them. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe the Braves will get another blowout today, and we won't need Dylan Lee or Iglesias for that matter. Iglesias, you could have understood why they did it at the time. It was a much closer game, but when Lee came in, it was a blowout. You got Dollander today. Tomorrow, Austin Gomber comes in for his season debut for the Rockies. And as far as stuff-wise, he's the best pitcher they have on the staff. Now, we've got Sale going, so we're still going to be the favorites, but you could end up with a fairly close game tomorrow in a low-scoring game. Here's Brian Snitker on last night.
Let's start with Marcelli. We know he's been battling that hip. What was it to mean to you what he's done and continues to produce like this?
No, it's been good. I mean, I know that was big for him today because, he's grinding through it and he's running good and BP's fine and hopefully something like today just kind of maybe gets him going.
How about Michael's Irish talked about hitting more line drives, getting the ball in the air. Seems like he's doing that lately.
Yeah, no, I know they've talked to him about that, and none bigger than tonight, that's for sure. So, they're working all the time at this. I mean, it's not like, we've been struggling to put these innings together and games, and that they're all, aware of it and working at it. So hopefully this is, now we've had 3 out of 4 games have been pretty good. We've been adding on runs and hitting with guys on, so hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
Ronald had his third straight free-hit game, also had to walk and had that stolen base and then that diving catch at 10. It's like he's running all right.
He's running great, yeah. And he's like on the sac fly and I don't know, that ball down the corner, where that thing came from, he was probably a foot away from throwing a guy out at second on that with that throw. Now he keeps swinging really good. It's kind of nice to see him just, he's putting a good part of the bat on the ball, and he's timed up really good. And if he'd have got the one in the air, who knows where that thing would have landed. But yeah, he's been playing great, like I say, and he's been, like we talked earlier, he's been smart about, using when to turn it on, and that was just running on a 3-2 count right there. Really wasn't running for a stolen base, just trying to stay out double play to hopefully get a run closer.
4 days ago, you're in the midst of a losing streak. When you win 3 out of 4, how much does that change your mindset, remind you how good this team can be?
Well, yeah, it does. It does. I mean, it's tough to get through those, but you know what? I got to hand it to, we just keep grinding away, and like I say, just hopefully it's always something that can springboard and get you going. So, no, this is always, you'd much rather have it like this than the other.
How significant is it to win now when you think about, you're already hearing people say, the Braves going to be so,
I know.
that kind of stuff? I mean,
well, I said this afternoon, I mean, these are big games, all of them. Winning series needs to go back to doing that, which we had a really good streak of that. And it's, as we know, we've done it before, not this far back, but you know what? It's possible to chase guys down after the All-Star break, but we want to, I think for our psyche and everything, these are all big games for us.
How much does having Schwelly do what he did on Wednesday and bullpen 2 days off affect?
Well, it was really big today. I mean, I feel like it was a spring training game with all the guys we used. But no, it helped a lot, and how we kind of chased that game a little bit today. And, because it seems like in the first 3 innings, they had guys all over the place. I mean, we're real lucky that, we escaped that and didn't dig ourselves too big a hole to come back. So, we made some really good defensive plays and guys in the bullpen. It was good we had all those guys with, multiple guys, everybody, with multiple days off. So that was big what Schwelly did and having the day off. And, we get through the next few days, another one, then we got a long run again that, we're going to need starts.
What was your conversation with Chuck Goggin like for you?
It's kind of cool. I got to visit with him at batting practice, and then when he came in, and because I'd remembered the name. He looks like an old baseball guy. He's like right at Bobby Duzmo, or, kind of looks like him, like an old baseball player, manager, and really nice guy. I really enjoyed visiting with him and told him, don't be a stranger. I'd love for him to come back and hang around with the guys and see him again, because it seemed like a wonderful man and what he's been through and everything. It was really cool, I think, to honor him tonight. I really enjoyed meeting him.
Last month and a half, but tonight for Bryce, what did you see? Was it just a control?
He just couldn't get her going. Wasn't the same sinker as it was the other day in San Francisco, and he was just kind of off. And he did a good job of kind of holding the game there a little bit. I think could have got away at any point in time, with all the base runners we had, but he just wasn't synced up tonight for some reason.
Since that Arizona loss, it's 3 earned runs in 6 games now. What are you thinking about them right now?
Well, they're good. It's been really good. And if you can keep them, like I say, good starts will help that bullpen out a lot. And we've had a few lately, obviously. So, these guys have done it. They've done it all year. They've been really good. And I just, you just worry over stretches that you don't want to run them in the ground. And today they're well rested and performed really good.
So that was Brian Snicker, and before that, Michael Harris. All right, let's get ready, Braves country. We got to win game number 2 if we hope to sweep. Strider, man, it's time for him to get a dub. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves Country. See who we got going on here. Want to double check and make sure they haven't updated this. Yeah, they're saying 420, so let's get it. Haven't seen an update. We're almost there. Real quick, we might do some of these as we're coming in. We're going to go hit up the last 10-15 minutes or so. Good afternoon to everybody in Braves Country. I see Stargazer, Uncle Charlie Fritz, John. We see Heather Norman. And we see King James Hagan. Who else do we have in here today? Rob T. My man Nathaniel Brooks. Peter. Pushing buttons. George Pearson. Jason Up and Adams. Dondre. David M. Oswaldo Perez. Jeremy. Charlie Elrod. We haven't said your name yet. Jump into the chat. Razor Quack. Nashville Kane. That's all I've got right now. If we missed you, jump in there. We only scrolled back like the last 15 minutes or so you haven't chimed in. That's why you didn't hear your name. We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Spencer Strider's firing up his last warm-up tosses. The Braves are in the City Connects, which is why we turn the... Y'all probably don't notice this, but we turn the bottom line to the colors of the Braves. On Fridays and Saturdays, we go red and blue, and then on other home games, we typically just put it into some version of red, blue, or white. When they're on the road, we tend to go with gray, or if we get a heads up of what they're playing early, what they're wearing early, we'll go with that. Colorado Rockies are wearing their road grays. We are just about set for pitch by pitch, play by play. The sun is shining. There are some weather concerns in the background, but I believe we're going to be able to get the game in. Hopefully it misses the stadium. It's dancing around us, essentially. So if you're in the area and you see them rain everywhere, they're not huge cells, but they're dancing past the stadium. And hopefully, as Drake Baldwin does get the start today, they're not going to quite get ready on a 420, but they're really, really close to it. See if we can get the 3D fired up. That's what we're waiting on right now. Sometimes it clicks early, and sometimes we have to wait. Looks like we're going to get it, so we'll go ahead and remove the screen. We're just about set for Braves Country Baseball here on Braves Country Radio. If you haven't already, smash that like, subscribe, helps build the channel, and if you can throw us a few bones, join the country club. Infield is back and to the left. Spencer Strider comes set, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves Country. First pitch on the way is 97-mile-an-hour fastball right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty-lefty, swing, fouls it straight back, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves nothing, Rockies nothing. Just getting going here. Sam Hilliard, former Atlanta Braves. Of course, he came over from the Rockies to the Braves. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Got him with the 98-mile-an-hour heater. One away. That's high velo for Spencer Strider nowadays. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if he keeps that velo rolling. 98, that's bringing it. Estrada, the second baseman, righty-righty matchup, stands in. He takes a swing at the first pitch, fouled, back out of play. It's 0-1. Estrada batting .275 on the year with a .656 OPS. He does have 7 RBI. Braves infield, left to right, around the horn. It's Riley to Allen to Ozzie to Olsen. Drake is behind home plate. Strider on the bump. Left field just like last night's Verdugo, who's batting second again. Harrison Acuna. The 0-1, 97 misses high, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Or excuse me, 1-1 count, excuse me. Strider brings it, swing and a miss, 1-2. Paul Skeens isn't getting traded, Quack. The 1-2 from Strider, not this year for at least. The 1-2, swing, lifts it, high and deep into left field, a hanger, but he just got underneath it. Verdugo will make the catch on the warning track. 2 down. 2 down. He still has a lot of control left as far as Paul Skeens. Those are all just internet clickbaits that you read that. The first pitch on the way to Goodman, swung on, banged on the ground to short. Nick Allen has it. He'll flip it over to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We're going to grab the bats and see what we can do against Dollander the second time we've seen him.
And an Uber just goes flying by me at like 50, almost hit me.
You're so good at telling stories, so concise. I wish it did hit you. I know God made us in all different ways, shapes, and forms, but why the hell Kawhi Leonard's hand so big? That son hand at. You can slam somebody by their waist, bro. This ain't normal. Man can squeeze you like an hourglass. Probably can't even use a regular phone. You got to text on the iPad. Be real, bro. How you drive? How you wrap your hand around the steering wheel without your fingers touching your wrist? Really don't make no gloves for you. You got to put sleeping bags on your hand. He couldn't be a barber. You know a barber always got to grab your head like this to keep it still. Or if you don't get this cage off my face, you can excavate a whole pool with them hands.
The 9 greatest center fielders since the modern game was integrated in 1947. Pre-war legends like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and Tai Cobb won't be cracking these. Without further ado, here's number 9.
In center field, number 34, Kirby Puckett.
Was probably one of the most popular players in his home city of anybody in the modern history of the game.
Provided that sort of intangible effervescence that made you want to watch him.
This little guy, this pudgy guy, this guy looked like maybe built like a beer keg.
He had that short, squatty body, looked like a fire hydrant.
He looked like a little bowling ball, but man, could he get everything done that needed to be done.
Having that 5'8" body jump over fences and rob opposing players of the home runs. And he did that numerous times.
Oh, my goodness.
Glaucoma ended Kirby's career when he was just 35.
Pride and integrity. Just don't take it for granted because you never know. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us.
Although a stroke took Kirby's life while he was still in his 40s, he's remembered as a player in his prime.
I love you all. Thank you.
I hate it when people assume things about me that aren't true. Like, because I'm pretty, I'm stuck up. I'm just like, shut up, troll. Why am I even talking to you?
Welcome back. Dollander, the right-hander, in to face Ronald Acuna Jr. They've never faced each other. First pitch on the way is a curveball down and away by the young right-hander, 23-year-old University of Tennessee product. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Fastball, 98. 1-1. Braves saw him back in late April, and he was dominant for a good 5 innings. Best outing he's had in his entire career out in Colorado. The 1-1. Curveball down and in. 2-1. You would hope seeing him for the second time, but he's got good stuff. You can see why when he's on, he's going to be tough to hit. But he is a rookie. The 2-1, outside wide, 98 miles an hour, 3-1. And, of course, he's put in an impossible situation being the number 1 pick in Colorado. Is it 3-1? Outside wide, ball 4. And that'll send Mr. Acuna down to first base. And that's how you start a game with your leadoff hitter.
Bravo. Bravo.
So that'll bring Alex Verdugo to the plate. Verdugo had a good night last night in the number 2 hole. He'll take the first pitch, 97 at the knees on the inner cut. It's 0-1. Kid's got straight gas. I mean, he's not someone people talk about being a top prospect in baseball, but that's because of where he plays, the high elevation at Rockies Coors Field. The 0-1, 98 down and in. 1-1. 1-1 count. Dr. Doogie has raised his batting average to 255 after last night. 11 RBI. The 1-1. Bender, curveball. Almost clips him on the belt. It's 2-1. Braves nothing, Rockies nothing. If you're just joining us, we're just getting going here. Spencer Strider struck out first batter he saw. He had a 1-2-3 inning. The 2-1. Inside, 97, 3-1. One of the things that the youngsters really struggle with command when they come to Colorado, it's not just dealing with Colorado, but the ball does funny things in Colorado, so you're constantly adjusting to what it does on the road as well. The 3-1, outside wide, ball 4, so 2 walks to get us going, and that's not nothing. Let's get it. Dr. Doogie.
going on? Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger. Get the OR ready. We've got a live one going and we want him to stay that way.
So Austin Riley will be your batter. 2 on, nobody out. Riley went 1 for 5 yesterday. 3 strikeouts, so you know he's looking to have a little better day. He got the 1 hit after the game was essentially a blowout. First pitch on the way to Riley's 98 down and away. It's 1-0. Dollander has thrown 11 pitches, 10 for balls. The 1-0 to the rake. Brings it, swing, hits it into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Not a hard hit ball, but got down, and we got the bases juiced. Nobody out.
Blue, you're my boy!
And the Ducks are all over the pond. We went station to station. The ball sat up for a second, so Acuna had to wait to see if it was going to get down before he could take off. And of course, with nobody out, you don't want to risk it. First pitch on the way to Olsen is a curveball, top of the zone, about letter high. It's 0-1. That's one there. He gets that again. We might see that ball leave towards the chop house. The 0-1. Righty-righty, or righty-lefty, excuse me. Dollander looking over Acuna at third. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 98. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. I know he's wanting to clear the bases, but I'll take a first inning run just to get things going. Got to shorten up that swing and make sure you're ready for anything. The 0-2. Swing. Slaps it back foul, 98 miles an hour up top. We'll do it again, 0-2. The infield. Is back and to the right. We'll change your view so you can see any plays that may happen on the base paths. The 0-2. Swing. Pops it up high. Foul and out of play. We'll do it again. Braves nothing, Rockies nothing. Bottom of the first, the pitch, swing, slaps it towards left field, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. around to score. We'll go station to station, but it's an RBI for the Ice House. Let's get it, Braves country.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
Hard hit ball slapped to the left side of the infield. They were playing him to pull, or to pull on the right side as the first pitch on the way to Ozuna is a 98 mile an hour fastball rifled down the right field line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. 99 off the plate. Did he go around? They're going to say he did. That's Jim Wolf. He calls everything a strike. Get ready for him tomorrow. It's 0-2. It looked like he held up, but once again, there's not a definitive answer when it comes to that one rule in baseball. So at 0-2 count, bases loaded. The pitch to Ozuna. Try to give him a chase a curveball down the way, 1-2. Braves lead it 1-0. The infield back and slightly to the left. They're in double play depth, trying to get Ozuna to knock one on the ground. They'll give up the run. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the fastball with the high cheese. Up in the zone. 1 away. He makes contact with that one. It's probably going to be popped up anyways. That was pretty high in the zone. And that'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. Ozzie hits the first pitch he sees on the ground and kills the rally. 4-6-3. Double play. Make that Baldwin, Baldwin. 4-6-3 double play, and that'll end the inning. Braves do get one. We'll be back in a flash. Would have liked to have seen Baldwin take a pitch or two.
Does someone want to tell me how the I'm supposed to buy a gift for a minimalist? What do I do? Take something away from them?
I just like to get on here and publicly apologize to my wife for marrying a second wife in her dreams. It really hurt her feelings, and I just can't believe that I would do such a thing in her dreams. I'm really sorry, my love. And I just want to apologize for yesterday when I was on my way home from work and I called her and asked her if she wanted anything, and she said nothing. And I actually got her nothing when I should have known that she wanted something.
You know what? I think men are better than women.
She's kidding.
No, I'm not. They provide for us, and we must obey them because they are our masters.
Stop it.
You'll never land a beau with that domineering tone.
I went to the doctor yesterday, and the nurse looked at me and said, "Step on the scale." And I looked at her and I was like, I was told there would be no fact-checking here.
There may have been no hesitation about moving forward with Donna, but the reality was his baseball career seemed a lot more uncertain.
I very easily could have been sent back down to AAA for another year of seasoning, but at the end of that year, they made a decision to send me to Puerto Rico. Mechanically, I had to make some adjustments. I had to figure it out. So in Puerto Rican Winter League, I had a couple of at-bats that I decided to try to just take a nice easy swing at the ball, try and swing on balance at the ball. And sure enough, first time I tried it, I hit a double off the left center field fence. So I took that whole thinking of just take a nice, smooth, easy swing. You don't have to fall off balance. You don't have to try to pull the ball. Let the ball go where it's going to go all by itself. And after that, I think I really learned to gain confidence in myself. And after the 73 season, I was ready for 1974.
Welcome back. Spencer Strider fires the first pitch to McMahon for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Fastball at the knees, 96. 0-2. Braves 1, Rockies nothing, but if you're just joining us, we would have liked to have had a lot more. We had a golden opportunity in the first and came away with just the one run. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strider got him with that four-seam fastball high and away, top shelf, one down. Second strikeout on the day. That'll bring Doyle to the plate. Doyle batting .204, takes the first pitch, four-seam fastball. Down and away, it's 1-0. He's got a .204 average with a .587 OPS. 5 home runs, 24 RBI. The 1-0. Fastball right there at the knees. It's 1-1. Same two teams are back at it tomorrow, 1:35 first pitch. We'll come on the air about 1 o'clock to get you ready. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, Strider with that slider, 1-2. Looks to be a lot crisper today than we've seen him. I think this is the best stuff I've seen him with since he came out on that first start. At the beginning of that first start against Toronto. The 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. Man, wouldn't that be a shot in the arm to get Strider back to where he was? You know it's going to be a slow process, but if he can even show glimmers of it. The 2-2. Fastball. Caught, looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 2 away. Backwards K on that one. Good pitch. That'll bring Moniak to the plate. Moniak takes the first pitch, four-seam fastball. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Mickey Moniak, 235 batter with 7 home runs. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Some guys are just born to play baseball, and a guy by the name of Mickey Moniak, man, that's just... You wonder if his parents named him after the Mick. The 0-2, swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. 0-2 count. In case you missed the intro, Alan Porter is your home plate umpire. Jim Wolf at first. The 0-2, 97. Punchy right there on the outer edge, kissing the black. Another backwards K. Wow, Spencer Strider might be doing some things. He's got 4 Ks. He just struck out the side.
They say everything you've ever heard is locked in your brain somewhere. Another fun fact, your brain burns 20% of the calories you consume. My burrito!
One-season wonders. In 1989, a 23-year-old Jerome Walton would make his major league debut with the Chicago Cubs on April 4th, a game in which he had 2 hits and drove in a run. There's no place like home. In 57 games, he had 70 hits, 3 home runs, 24 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases. During day games that season, he had 40 runs, 81 hits, 16 stolen bases, and a .329 batting average in 60 games. Against the National League East, he had 90 hits, 15 doubles, 32 RBIs, 17 stolen bases, and a .304 batting average. He rocked left-handers to the tune of a .320 batting average, a .374 on-base percentage, and a .438 slugging percentage. He was named the National League Rookie of the Year, the first Cub since Ken Hubbs in 1962. He ended the season batting .293 with 24 stolen bases, and he also had a 30-game hitting streak. It didn't end there. In the National League Championship Series, he batted .364 with 8 hits in 5 games.
Here he comes, the popular whiz kid, Richie Ashburn.
I'd never seen a better leadoff hitter than me.
Ashburn opens up with an infield bounder that he beats out for a base hit.
I would get close to 200 hits a year and 100 walks a year.
Richie Ashburn opens the first inning with a walk.
That's what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. I don't think they realize how hard it is to hit 300.
Richie Ashburn singles in the 5th inning for his second hit.
And as I look back, I'm surprised that I did it. I had great speed. I had ability with the bat in that I could keep the ball in play, and I didn't strike out much.
The capstone for Richie Ashburn came in 1995 when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
I think I made the most of what I had in terms of ability, and so I have no regrets at all about my major league career.
Here is my Halloween costume reveal. Can y'all guess what I am? I'm that
First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-lefty matchup. Kicks and fires, swings, slices it foul. It's 0-2. You know, looking at Drake Baldwin swinging at that first pitch and banging into that double play, I can't help but think that it's a product of being up with the big club. The 0-2 swung on, pops it up high, very shallow center field, making the catches the shortstop Ritter one away. When he first came up and all throughout spring training, he was taking pitches, going deep into the count, et cetera, and now the last 4 or 5 outings, he is trying to ambush pitches early. And I don't know if that's got anything to do with Tim Hyer, because they were doing that last year too. First pitch on the way to Harris is a 4-seam fastball right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. There's nothing wrong with taking a few pitches when you get that first at bat, because you get to see what the guy has for the second and third time through. The 0-1, another dribbler early in the count, over to second, 4-3. Quickly 2 down. Two away. Dollander at 27 pitches, but we're really helping him out with these early swings here in the second inning. First pitch to Nick Allen is 97 up top. Called for a strike. It's 0-1. He's one of the few guys that actually got a base hit on Dollander the first time we saw him out in Colorado. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. Braves had a total of 3 hits all day, 2 of them against Dollander. Ozzie had a hit that day, but it was against the bullpen. 1-1 to Allen. Inside, almost gets him. 97 miles an hour, 2-1. And he's been wild today. I think that's where a lot of Braves fans' frustration goes with the overall coaching. It's the 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back 2-2. And it's a culture that has to be broken from up top, because this has been going on for a while, where since we've been doing these games in 2020, from 2021 on, is the 2-2 to Allen, outside wide, 3-2. We are constantly battling game in and game out of the starting pitcher going deep that typically doesn't go deep because we're trying to ambush. And I still think they got that mentality from Freddie Freeman. The payoff pitch, swing, lifts it into right field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. Good piece of hitting there by Nick Allen.
Hitting, not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Fastball high and out in the top part of the zone, and he lofted it into right field, down for a base hit, just 80 miles an hour off the bat, but we'll take it. Little blooper there in front of the right fielder. But the difference between Freddie and the rest of these guys who are trying to do it, Freddie's just a different hitter. First pitch on the way to Acuna. His chop foul down the line, it's 0-1. Not a lot of Freddie Freemans in this world, and you can't take. It's kind of like that old story I've told where Ted Williams giving other very good hitters hitting advice, and they're like, we don't see what you see, buddy. As they flip it over to first to keep Allen close by. The 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch. Down and away, 1-1. Ball kicked into the dirt. Saw an interesting video today where they were talking about the stitches on the baseball. And it's been 108 stitches for well over 100 years. Spalding was the one that first created that. It's the 1-1. Drifts inside, curveball for a strike, it's 1-2. What I did not realize was that they did not come with the uniform color of the stitches until 1932, when the American League and the National League both came together as one. The 1-2, swing, that ball's belted. If it's fair, it's gone. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 2-run shot, kaboom! It's 3-0. His 7th home run of the year.
Bravo.
410 happy feet. And that ball was shot out of a cannon.
Bravo.
My word. 13th RBI, 7th home run. They said 104 off the bat. Maybe 204. That ball was scorched. I was wondering what would happen as the first pitch on the way to Verdugo is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. I was wondering what would happen if Acuna got a hold of Dollander's fastball. Four-seam fastball right there to Verdugo on the 1-0 is now 2-0. 2-0 count. Brings it. Fastball right down the track. 2-1. Dollander now at 40 pitches. This can have a big impact. If we can get him knocked out of the game early, think about tomorrow with it being Gomber's very first start of the year is the 2-1 down and away, 3-1. I don't know what his pitch count's going to be tomorrow, but you can't imagine it's going to be up near triple digits. That was a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, by the way. They got tanked into the bullpen area. The 3-1 count. Swing, pops it up. Jam shot. He outsmarted Doogie on that one. F4 in your scorecard. That'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 more on the board. Vamos Bravos, baby! It's 3-0.
Vamos!
Bravo. Bravo.
Okay, this is a genuine question to like older people. What did you do before you could look something up? Like, if you saw someone and you were like, oh, they remind me of that actor. What was that? What's his name? Like, and you couldn't, and none of your friends knew. Would you go to a library?
So it kind of went like this. God, what's the name of that guy? It was in the movie. He's got like a weird name. I can't think of it. I don't know. Okay, then I'm just going to sit here and not know. And no, we could not use the library because the library was not like Google. You can't go into a library and like look at the book. The books don't answer you. So we just didn't know. Dustin Hoffman, yes!
The 9 greatest center fielders. Here's number 7.
He is so much fun to watch right now because he is doing everything that all the scouts told us he could do.
A 2-run homer, a 3-run homer. What a performance by the 19-year-old Andrew Jones.
My main thing I wanted to do is just go out there and play and be the best I can be at my position.
Going at the wall, up the wall. He made the catch. What a play.
He also has put himself in a level of you think he's going to catch everything. I mean, literally, when the ball leaves the bat, you figured, no, Andrew's got it.
People always ask me who was the best position player that I played with, through the years, and it was Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones has done it again.
The best defender that I've ever played with. 10 gold gloves, 430 homers, was my bodyguard for so many years.
When you're in the conversation as the greatest of all time to play the position of center field with a guy like Willie Mays, I think that says a lot.
A special thanks to the greatest center fielder that I've ever seen in Andrew Jones.
To have my number retired next to Mr. Hank Aaron, number 44, blew my mind. I'm thankful for the Braves for giving me this opportunity to play the game that I love.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Spencer Strider back to work. He's just 20 pitches in. Ronald Acuna Jr. has scored 2 of the Braves' 3 runs. If you're just joining us, he just belted his 7th home run of the year. A 2-run shot, making it 3-0. We go to the top of the 3rd, and the first pitch on the way is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Highest we've seen so far from Strider today is 98. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good slider. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. Shadows starting to creep across towards home plate, so we'll be dealing with that in the middle innings. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider from Strider. 1 away. He is pounding the zone today. And some of it may have to do with, if you think about it, Strider is the first pitch on the way. Fastball, P at the knees. It's 0-1. A lot of his starts so far has been against really good offenses. He can kind of just let her rip. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. High. Down the first baseline. Foul into the seats. It's 0-2. And if the Braves can continue to build this lead, he can really have some confidence and really let her roar. You're trying to fight through tough lineups as the 0-2 pitch. way outside, wide 1-2. And your team's not scoring runs, puts a lot of added pressure on a guy coming back from injury and gets inside his head a little bit. Remember, he still doesn't have a win this year. The 1-2 from Strider. Swing! And he must have just gotten a piece of it. Pops out of the glove of Baldwin. He was trying to hold on for the foul tip. Would have been a strikeout, but just could not. Yeah, he got maybe a stitch. And actually got a piece of Baldwin on the leg. Home plate umpire Alan Porter dusts off the dish to give him a little time to recover. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Slider from Strider. 2 down. That is 6 strikeouts right now for Spencer Strider. Man, you get a side view of Farmer swinging at that pitch. He was a week out in front of that thing. That thing was nowhere near his bat. First pitch on the way to Freeman is shot towards right, and it's a 2-out single for the Rockies. Good hard hit ball to the right side, just kind of went with it. And Freeman has the first base hit of the game. For the Colorado Rockies. So 2 down, 1 on. The pitch. Fastball, P at the knees, 96 on the outer cut. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing and a miss, 95. Blew it right by him. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. Strider comes set. His 32nd pitch of the afternoon. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He just struck out another batter. Spencer Strider is rocking and rolling. Striking out the side back-to-backs. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
What the hell is that? What? You told me to put on an old costume. Not from when you were 8. Mom, you cannot have a problem with this. I'm Mother Teresa. Are you kidding me? What? I'm her back when she was hot.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 7. It's a 10-yard penalty. I'm talking to America here. Excuse me. Penalty and a loss of down. Second down.
When people find out your job, what annoying thing they always say. Let me hold something, big money. Well, he got it. He ain't even got to worry about that. You can get me on. But how they hire you? They pay good over there? How they do their drug tests over there? Y'all work in the air conditioning? Hey, how long it took you to go to school for that? If I apply, I can put you down for a reference? Or they ain't gonna hire nobody like me. I can keep going, but that's just some of the questions that I get asked. What y'all get asked?
Carlos Beltran emerged as a young star for the Kansas City Royals, winning the 1999 Rookie of the Year award.
Boy, he is really something. A switch hitter, he could run, throw, he could do it all. 5-tool guy.
Carlos Beltran scorches this pitch. That was as pure a left-handed swing as you will see.
In 2004, he was traded to the Astros in time for their playoff push.
It's gone! It's gone! It's gone! Oh, man, this guy is something.
Beltran would go on to have an historic postseason in 2004, hitting 8 home runs for the Astros.
You sit up here almost speechless. I mean, this kid on a national stage is showing everybody.
His playoff success in 04 launched him to a 7-year deal with the Mets.
Gone! He's done it again! Both sides of the plate today, homering for the switch hitter Carlos Beltran.
41 home runs playing Gold Glove center field, could do it all.
Talk about one of the best switch hitters that the game has ever seen.
Home run number 400 for Carlos Beltran.
You talk about talent. What a talent, Carlos Beltran.
Delay of game. Defense number 55. We're making a move that's not necessarily like football.
Welcome back. First pitch to Austin Riley. Right there, first strike. It's 0-1. Riley singled his first time up. The 0-1, swing and a miss at the curveball. It's 0-2. Dollander 44 pitches in. We're just beginning the third inning. Braves lead it 3-0. Bottom of 3, the 0-2. Curveball well out of the zone, bounced to the backstop. I think if Riley knew that ball was going to take that kind of weird hop, he would have swung at that pitch so he could scoot on down to first. That thing bounced to the backside, then ricocheted off the backstop and hung up there. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. Went inside with the four-seam fastball. It had some movement to it. I'm starting to think that might have been his two-seamer. One down. Matt Olson, the batter, first pitch, swinging. Hits a four-seam fastball to swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Outside wide, 1-1. Olson, his first time up, he slapped a single down the third base line, giving the Braves a 1-0 lead. Acuna coming down to score. The 1-1 from Dollander. Outside wide, 2-1. Dollander's 6'2", 23-year-old. He's from Evans, Georgia. Played his college ball for the Vols. We told you that earlier. He was the number 9 pick overall, first round 2023. The 2-1 inside, 3-1. Justin Forrest Whitley was traded today to Tampa Bay from Houston. He was their number 1 overall pick in 2016. The 3-1, way outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. First thing I thought when I saw that is Tampa Bay's going to turn him into a Cy Young winner. I wouldn't trade any pitcher that the Rays want. I would be highly suspicious. They do more with less than anybody in sport. Marcell Ozuna takes the first curveball, about belt high on the outer edge of the plate. It's 0-1. Toronto leads Philadelphia 1-0. They are in the bottom of the 4th. Philly batting. The 0-1. Swing, chops it over to third. That should be a double play. 5-4-3, Ozuna barely running, and that'll end the inning. Braves, after getting on, cannot do anything with it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. 3-0 your score.
My Lord, a snapping turtle.
Boy, what the hell is a snapping turtle? Boy, there's no reason your tongue should roll that hard to where you can't make a T.
I'm back with a pirka and these Takis chips.
A pirka? What the hell is a pirka? And some of y'all with these meals, I don't understand how y'all just be popping up and think you got to take a picture of it. If you eating something like this, you got a chain around your neck in the basement and you bark at people. What you got here? Vanilla beans and rice, a 6-inch cream-filled mayonnaise Subway sandwich, a chicken neck, 2 stolen quail eggs, and the oldest gas station pizza you can find. Them beans look like Skittles when all the flavor come off it. Who feeding you, a witch? What that little meat is in the corner, man? This exotic. I ain't never had no baked turtle leg.
The 9 greatest center fielders. Number 5.
Duke Snider was certainly one of the great center fielders of all time, as his Hall of Fame induction suggested.
This is one deep to right, way back there, going. A home run for Duke Snider. That is number 400 for the Duke.
Snider happened to play in a period when there were 3 great center fielders in baseball: Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, and Duke Snider.
Willie, Mickey, and the Duke, people try to leave Duke out, but Duke was a tremendous hitter. He could hit the ball hard.
When the subject turned to New York center fielders in the 50s, of course you had Willie and Mickey. But you couldn't overlook the Duke. Snyder had 5 straight seasons in which he hit 40 or more home runs and had more than 100 RBIs 6 times.
Snyder also had the most home runs of any Major League player in the 1950s and was a very good defensive center fielder.
The Duke of Flatbush was the centerpiece of the great Brooklyn Dodger teams that won 5 pennants in the 1950s.
One of the defining players on one of the most significant teams in baseball history.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Spencer Strider to Estrada. It's a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Strider just at 33 pitches. The 0-1. Chop foul down the first base line. It's 0-2. It's pretty impressive to be sitting at 7 strikeouts and only thrown 32 pitches going into this inning. The 0-2. Swing, chops it over towards Riley. Riley has it. Flips it to first. It's 5-3 put out. 1 away. Of the 35 pitches that Spencer Strider has thrown today, 31 have been strikes. That doesn't necessarily mean they were all in the strike zone. It was either a swing and a miss, or it was a called strike, or a base hit. But you get the picture. He's on it today. First pitch to Goodman. Swing, rips it into center field. Down for a base hit. A one-hopper into the glove of Michael Harris. And the Rockies have something cooking here in the top of the 4th. I do wonder if the Braves may shuffle the rotation going into the Mets series. If they were super close in the standings, I think they definitely would. I don't know if they will or not. Pretty early in the season, but first pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. If they did, that would line up Spencer Strider on normal rest to face the Mets on Thursday. If not, we'll see him on Friday in Miami. The 0-1. Down and in. Looked like he went around. He did. It's 0-2. And they also may subscribe to the idea that they want him to continue to build confidence and not worry about rushing him in to his next start. The 0-2. Spencer lifts the red glove and brings it. Slider in the dirt, 1-2. Way it sets up right now, the Braves will have Holmes, Schwellenbach, and Elder for the 3-game series versus New York. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. The Mets have been hit with the injury bug in their pitching staff. Kodai Senga, who's had a very good year, he is on the IL with a strained hamstring. So he was trying to catch a ball from Pete Alonso, who was leaping to try to make the. He was trying to make a leaping catch from Pete Alonso covering first. Is the 2-2. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. Keep having the same issue here with the 3D screen, so we'll continue to try to fix it. Runner on first, 1 out, the 2-2. Way high out of the zone, full count. So Strider's in danger of walking his first batter. Standing on deck, the number 5 hitter, Doyle. The payoff pitch from Strider as he turns and kicks. Swing, chopper in between home and first, but it'll just dribble foul. We'll do it again. Tying run standing on deck. The cleanup hitter at the plate. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with that slider. Strider, 8 Ks. 2 down. Man, this is the Spencer Strider I've missed. He's really got that slider working. And that fastball, when he's bringing it up in the high 90s, that's what makes him really difficult. Is the first pitch is a slider, swing and a miss to Doyle. It's 0-1. You have to be ready for that high 90s fastball, and everything else plays off of that. The 0-1 to Doyle. He struck out his first time up. Down and in, 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing, lifts it high and deep into center field, on to Source, making the running catch and slamming into the wall is Michael Harris II. 75% of the world is covered by water, the rest by the Hawk. We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead at 3-0. What a catch by Michael.
I'm so tired of everyone thinking that I support Donald Trump just because I think he's cool and I voted for him. Quite an accusation.
Don't judge a book
Keep
by its
me
cover.
out of this. Keep my name out your mouth.
So Adolis Garcia went to play baseball in Japan at 23 years old after born and raised in Cuba. Cubans are forbidden to play in the United States. They are allowed to go to Japan, however, to play baseball, but the bulk of their salaries must return to the Cuban government. On his flight back from Japan, Adolis had a layover in Paris. Rather than getting on his flight back home to Cuba, he got on a plane headed for the Dominican Republic, where he reunited with his wife. He established residency and he became an international free agent. 2017, he signed with the Cardinals for $2.5 million. He was DFA'd by the Cardinals. The Cardinals traded Garcia to the Texas Rangers, and he never looked back. 2023, he smashed 39 bombs, 107 ribbies, and ALCS MVP. Hit a home run in 4 straight games, set a record for most RBI in a series in MLB history.
I thought I was an okay player until you meet a guy like Trout.
Back out it is Trout. It is caught! Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout!
He can hit and hit for power, hit for average, and the way he runs, whew, I said, man, you have a little soul in you. You run like that. That's pretty fast.
He's very strong. He has the football type of body that's able to look still graceful on a baseball diamond, whether it's stealing bases, whether it's tracking down fly balls.
He's the best player I've ever seen.
This kid is a stud. S-T-U-D.
He naturally does everything the way it's supposed to be done.
People don't understand is that he is Mickey Mantle. He is Willie Mays, Stan Musial, Ted Williams. Basically, you're talking a superstar level. He is an all-time great in the history of the sport.
I think fans need to sit back and take a deep breath and tell their kid, like, son, remember this guy. He's going to be in your mind forever.
No foul on the play. It was not a hold. The defender was just overpowered.
Welcome back, Braves country. Drake Baldwin will lead us off. He saw one pitch and banged into a double play his first time up. He takes the first pitch down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The Drake batting .293, the 1-0. 96 at the knees, 1-1. 1-1 count. The other thing you have to take into consideration, too, Alan Porter behind the plate is the 1-1 pitch. Outside wide, 2-1. He normally has a wide strike zone. Now, to be fair, Spencer Strider has been blowing gas, and they've been swinging and missing in most of the strikes, but it is a tiny factor. The 2-1, curveball right there for a strike, 2-2. Jim Wolf has an enormous strike zone, and he will call strikes that will drive you bananas. But we've got Sale on the bump tomorrow, so it probably plays into our favor. The 2-2, swing rips it over to first, off the chest of the first baseman, Farmer, and I'll tell you what, Baldwin, he's going to be out by a quarter step, but it should have been a lot easier than that. Baldwin was busting it down the line and almost caught Farmer sleeping. looking at that replay, it's a hard ball that kind of went off his chest, and he was kind of lollygagging. He realized at the last second that, it's about a quarter step. They just showed the replay on Colorado's screen. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, chops it down the first base line. I guess that's a fair ball. It is. Farmer's got it, flips it to Dolliner, cover in the bag. Quickly 2 away. 2 down. Strider's just 1 strikeout away from getting the over at 8.5. Michael Harris, the second, will come to the plate. Money Mike grounded out his first time up. First pitch on the way. It's a curveball inside. It's 1-0. Seems like the second time through the lineup, Dollander's been starting a lot of these batters off with that inside curve, especially from the left side. 1-0. Kicks and deals. Another curveball, swing and a miss. 1-1. 1-1 count. They set up on the outside. The pitch, curveball, banged over to first. This will be an easy inning for Dolliner and Farmer. Everyone else could have just sat in the dugout and waited. They were the only ones involved. We'll be back in a flash. 3 ground balls to first base. Braves lead it 3-0.
Greatest center fielders of all time.
Ken Griffey Jr., when you start talking about the all-time great center fielders, how can he not be one of the top 3 or 4 guys that you're going to bring up?
Unbelievable, Ken Griffey Jr. Holy smoke!
He, at one point in the game, did pretty much anything he wanted to.
Junior flying diamond makes the catch!
Great talent, and he had the good fortune to grow up around the game, in the game.
He was the son of Ken Griffey Sr. He wasn't in awe of being in the major leagues.
Really enjoyed the game. One of his nicknames was the Kid, and he acted like a kid.
Griffey leaps high in the air, and he's got it! An incredible catch by the Kid!
To watch him go after a ball, up the wall, over the wall.
Leaps up and he makes the catch!
I saw the guy cover basically left field to right field. There wasn't a ball that went in the air that he didn't think he could catch.
Amazing catch by Junior as he takes a home run away!
But Griffey's grace was not confined to the outfield. The man put up some big-time numbers with one of baseball's sweetest swings.
Very effortless, very smooth. His hitting was something that he was born to do that.
He'd do his little deal and get his hips going and get that little swagger with his bat, and all of a sudden he'd get set. You could see it, his face would light up, and you'd be like, uh-oh.
Belted, and I mean belted! A birthday goodbye, baseball!
Probably a lot of times he would tell you, I'm not a power hitter. You might have heard him say that on occasion.
I don't worry about hitting home runs.
Number 600 for Ken Griffey Jr.
Unfortunately, a rush of injuries hit Griffey just as he was being mentioned as the best to ever play the game.
He earned a spot on the All-Century team.
The youngest All-Century player, Ken Griffey Jr.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. First pitch from Strider to Moniak was right there. First pitch to Moniak was a strike right there. It's 0-1. The 0-1, they flipped the curveball. Outside 0-2. 0-2 count. Fastball 96, high and out of the zone. 1-2. Righty-lefty matchup. Mickey Moniak, Ritter, and Farmer do up. 6-7-8. 1-2. Hits it down the line. Foul, first base side, 1-2. The shadows are covering in between home and the pitcher's mound, but there's a lot of clouds in the area, so Sometimes it's an issue and sometimes it's not, depending on the pitch. The 1-2 from Strider. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. Number 9. So if you took the over, you got him. 1 away. Spencer Strider, his high of the season, 9 strikeouts. Velocity much higher than it has been. 7 of those 9 are swinging strikeouts. First pitch on the way is a slider to Ritter, who's 0 for 1. That pitch misses down and away. It's 1-0. Ryan Ritter struck out his first time up to 1-0. 97 fastball just misses. 2-0. Braves lead it 3-0, but I mean, we got to get some insurance runs. 3 just doesn't seem enough with this bullpen nowadays. The 2-0, fastball at the knees, 2-1. I'd like to see them put a 5 or 6 spot on the board. 2-1 count. Down and away, slider misses. 3-1. Strider at 56 pitches, so he's doing very well on that front. 1 out here in the 5th. The 3-1. 96. Wide strike, 3-2. That's an Alan Porter strike. Ritter will take his time out, probably about 2 inches off the plate. The payoff pitch from Strider. Turns and kicks. 98. Caught looking, strike 3. Same pitch, same spot. Still out of the zone, but he got the call all day long, 2 down. Strikeout number 10 for Spencer Strider. That was a gift. There's also the school of thought, most old school umpires, the first pitch on the way is a slider down and away. It's 1-0 to Farmer. So if a guy's been in the vicinity all game long, they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. 1-0, down and away, 2-0. Definitely one that Colorado would have challenged if you had the ABS system right now. 2-0 from Spencer. Fastball misses high and out of the zone. Ball 3, 3-0. Braves 3, Rockies nothing. Top of the 5th, 3-0 with 2 outs. The pitch. Swing. Fouls it back. 97 up top. 3-1. Out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. Phillies lead the Blue Jays 2-1 in the 5th. The 3-1. Inside, ball 4. He must have called one of those pitches. Did he call that one a strike? One of the pitches in the zone was called a strike earlier in the at-bat. The 3-2 swing, rips it into left field, and that's going to get down for extra bases. Coming around first, heading to second, and it's a 2-out double for the Rockies. I'm not sure which one that they missed to Farmer, but nonetheless, kept the at-bat going, and it actually cost the Braves a base. Farmer got one on the inside track, got around on it. Riley leaping for the ball, trying to knock it down, but ball was scorched. First pitch on the way to the number 9 hitter, Freeman, and he misses the zone by about a mile. It's 1-0. Angels and Orioles are now tied in the 5th, 3-3. Angels still batting. The 1-0. Right there for a strike, slider, 1-1. Phillies 2-1 over Toronto in the 5th. Rangers trail the White Sox. It's DeGrom Day in Texas. It's 2-0 in the fifth. Rays and Mets have finally got underway after a rain delay. 0-0 in the second. The 1-1. Fisted back foul. It's 1-2. Twins Astros. 2-2. They're going to inning number 6. A's have a 3-0 lead over the Royals in the fifth. Brewers trailed the Cardinals 4-0 in the fourth. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Spencer Strider with 11. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
America, you tricked me. America, you have pranked me. A lot of Americans said to me, why don't you pet a lot lizard like it was some kind of exotic animal? I was excited to stroke a lot lizard. Turns out it was, I can't even say it on this video. I will not be doing that.
Is he the most athletic person that you've ever been on a field with?
No, my cousin Junebug. He was a crackhead and good dude though, but he was very athletic because he was still stuff when I came home from college and could never catch him. And he would sell it, and I would have to go get it back at the hood from the drug dealers. He was probably the most athletic, my cousin Junebug. But next to that, I think it was both.
The great number 7, Mickey Mantle.
The Mick didn't have much pressure on him in 51. After all, he was just succeeding Joe DiMaggio.
It's hard to imagine any team seamlessly passing the baton from one all-time great player who will always be in the discussion of the greatest center fielders of all time to another who is also in that same discussion.
He could run, he could throw, he hit well from both sides of the plate, right or left. Mantle, he was the best player of our era.
Certainly baseball's greatest switch hitter. Mantle stunned fans and players alike with his tape measure home runs.
You could close your eyes with Mickey Mantle at bat during batting practice, and the sound of the ball coming off his bat was different.
Mantle was such a stallion in the outfield, it's hard to believe he played most of his career on balky knees.
He hurt his knee in 51, and he played the rest of his career without a real good leg, and that was unbelievable that he played as well as he did with that kind of an injury.
I couldn't have stood it if I thought I was sitting on the bench and Whitey Ford was pitching a shutout game and we was getting shut out. If I could have been out there and maybe hit a home run or made a catch or something to help him and I didn't do it, that would have bugged me to death. So I would like to be remembered as a team man. I think I was.
Welcome back. Nick Allen leads us off. He takes a swing at the first pitch and bangs it foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Spencer Strider, by the way, is at 68 pitches through 5 innings with 11 strikeouts. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1. That's Roger Clemens-esque right there. 1-1 count. Allen singled his first time up. He takes the 1-1 inside curveball. Slaps the inner edge. It's 1-2. Allen batting .234 on the year. 13 RBI. Still no home runs. The 1-2. Way inside, 96. Close shave, 2-2. I would think for Nick Allen to get a home run, he's going to have to get like a running start. It's going to have to be... What was the 2-2? Swing, pops it up, can of corn. Fair catch being made by Ritter over by the second base bag. The shortstop has it. 1 down. Happy Gilmore is what I'm thinking of. He's going to have to take a Happy Gilmore running start and slap at the ball to get that thing out of the stadium. Ronald Acuna Jr. comes to the plate. Hit a absolute bazooka into left field his last time up, giving the Braves a 3-0 lead. He walked his first time up, so he's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI. Be the third time through the order for the Braves versus Dollander. First pitch to Acuna. Cutter outside wide, it's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Standing on deck is Doogie, raking the hole. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Curveball on the inner cut. 1-1. One count. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Curveball. 1-2. The 1-2 from Dollander. Swing. That ball's chopped over to third. It's going to be a difficult play by the third baseman. High throw, and we'll take the E5 as it goes. The ball goes into the camera well. They may even give him a base hit. Nonetheless, regardless, he heads to second base with one out.
Bravo.
They're usually pretty liberal on their calls.
Bravo.
It was a bad throw by McMahon. He airmailed that one about 10 feet over the head of the first baseman. And they just gave it an error. I don't know. I think you could make the argument for once that should be, because he's going to have to make a perfect throw to get Acuna down the line. First pitch on the way to Verdugo. It's a curveball off the edge. It's 0-1. Braves lead at 3-0. Run number 4 is in scoring position at second base. The 0-1 to Doogie. Swing, slaps it up the middle, goes back, and Acuna tries to bait the shortstop Ritter. Doogie wasn't really busting it down the line. If he busted it down the line, he might have beat him out. He was just kind of doing that gentle jog that they all do nowadays. And Ritter got him by a mile. 6-3 put out, 2 down. Yeah, just kind of a light jog. To me, that alone, I'll tell you what, Acuna did a great job. I didn't see it on the first view, but the second, the replay from the back end on the Colorado side, Acuna leaped over the ball to make sure it didn't hit him in the leg. The 0-1 to Riley is inside, 1-1. That alone would have me bench Verdugo just to send a message. I wouldn't kill him for it and wouldn't drag him in the media, but I would bench him and have Eli White in left. The 1-1. Swing, chops it foul. 1-2. Wasn't an egregious base running, but it was just kind of lackadaisical. When he's busting it down the line, Ritter was obsessed with where Acuna was. He might have made either a bad throw or not gotten them all together. The 1-2 swing, that ball's ripped into right field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes Acuna around third, heading for home, and it's 4-0. Your Atlanta Braves.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
A rifle down the right field line. Good defense by Freeman to cut it off. Braves are taking a 4-0 lead. Good piece of hitting by Riley. That'll bring Olsen to the plate. Olsen 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. First pitch on the way is a changeup. Off the plate, it's 1-0. Righty, lefty. Dollander, his 80th pitch of the afternoon, the 1-0. Fastball right down Main Street, it's 1-1. Braves took game 1 of this series last night, 12-4. Started off slow offensively and exploded in the back half. As the 1-1's right there at the knees, it's 1-2. There was a 3-run home run by Harris that tied the game. Then Ozuna took the lead with the 3-run home run. The Braves tacked on more in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Olsen got that 98 right down the gullet. We'll be back in a flash, but the Braves take a 4-0 lead, and Spencer Strider goes back to work, baby.
I'm going to be productive today. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get done. It's pouring rain. This, I'm getting drunk.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
Every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the damn refrigerator, eating up all the food, all the chicken, all the pig feet, all the collard greens, all the hog maws.
So I've heard it said you could walk up to any white girl, stop her, look in her eyes and say, I'm sorry about what Josh did to you. And it'll ruin her day because every white girl hates a guy named Josh.
You knew when you went to the game that he would do something spectacular.
Willie Mays gets a great ovation from the crowd.
Nobody could do the whole package like Willie Mays.
This ultimate five-tool player was best summed up by his first big league manager.
There's only 5 things you can do to be great, and that's hit with power, run, field, and throw. Mays could do it all.
Along with his great ability was he just seemed to be having a time of his life out there.
Every time I went on the field, I enjoyed what I was doing. And I enjoyed throwing out people. I enjoyed hitting a home run.
He understood that the game demanded more of him than mere excellence.
I gave everything I had. My father, he said, defense is the #1 thing in baseball.
That advice led Willie Mays to make the most iconic fielding play in baseball history.
Welcome back. Spencer Strider goes back to work. First pitch on the way, 94 high and out of the zone to the leadoff hitter, Sam Hilliard. It's 1-0. The 1-0. High and out of the zone, 2-0. So they did fix that, and they called Acuna with the base hit now. And I think that's the fair call, is the 2-0. 95 outer edge, 3-0. Strider, 3 consecutive balls to start the 6th. Still going to be an E5 on the third baseman McMahon for throwing it into the dugout. The 3-0. Ball 4. So the top of the 6 is not doing well for Strider. 4 straight pitches, 4 straight walks. So he's about to face the heart of the order. Braves lead at 4-0, but still a long way to go in this one. Estrada, the batter, first pitch, 95, well off the plate, 1-0. Drake Baldwin's going out there to talk to Strider. I don't know what he could possibly tell him. Strider's like, dude, I got socks older than you. Get back behind the plate. Might be there just to give him a breather. Like the idea of him going out there, though. 5 consecutive pitches from a guy who's been pitching really well to not hit the zone. He got squeezed a little bit on the 2-0 pitch, but other than that, he hasn't really been close. 1-0 to Estrada. Nowhere near the zone, 2-0. So 6 consecutive balls to start the 6th inning. He's at 74 pitches, the 2-0. Fastball right there at the knees, 2-1. You got a 4-0 lead. You got to be aggressive. You do wonder if maybe he's a little winded a little bit with all those strikeouts, but the 2-1 swing pops it up high into right center. Who wants it? It's going to be Acuna. Drifted much further to right than initially looked. And it's an F9 your scorecard, 1 down. Looks like Dylan Dodd is warming up in the bullpen. He's looked pretty good out of the pen. Have to say, I had my doubts when he came up, but the fact that they really simplified his delivery and has gotten him to about a 2-pitch pitch, or sometimes 3. As the first pitch on the way to Goodman is down the way for a ball. It's 1-0. Got to be careful here with Hunter Goodman. 11 home runs, 1 swing. He can cut this lead in half. He's one of the few guys in the lineup that has not struck out. The 1-0. Swing and a miss slider, 1-1. One count, runner at first. In fact, the only 2 guys not to strike out in the order today, Estrada and Goodman. The 1-1. Down and in. Slider, did he go around? Looked like he may have offered. He did. 1-2. And I'm telling you, Jim Wolf's down there. I'm challenging every single call. Even if the bat didn't even move, I'd say, hey, man, did he go around? He did. Him and Phil Cousy are 2 of the worst in baseball at it. 1-2 count. And he's behind the plate tomorrow. I don't know what Chris Sale's strikeout number is going to be tomorrow, but I'd say it's a safe bet to take the over. The 1-2. High and out of the zone, 2-2. They'll probably be inflated because they're facing the Rockies. So his strikeout number might be 9.5, 8.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. But if he goes the distance, if he goes 6-7 innings, Sales should get that. The 2-2. Swing. Belts it high and deep, but foul and out of play down the third base side. We'll do it again. Double play would get us out of this jam. Braves lead it 4-0. Runner at first, 1 out. Standing on deck, the cleanup hitter, McMahon. The 2-2 from Strider. Did he go around? Looked like he did. He got him. Strike 3. Spencer Strider with 12 strikeouts. 2 down. Yeah, he definitely went around on that. Absolutely, James. We'll play the sound for that regardless. It is the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. As the first pitch on the way is a strike to McMahon. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Way outside wide. 1-1. 1-1 count. "84 pitches in, Strider with 12 strikeouts. The pitch, swing and a miss, is 1-2. One-two count. McMahon 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. See if we can get him to go around again. The 1-2 from Strider. Pumps it up to the plate. 96 just misses. I mean, just misses. 2-2. DeGrom, by the way, in the Texas game, he's slacking. He only has 6 strikeouts in 6 innings. Saw some guy put a video up yesterday. One of those shorts. I don't remember if it's YouTube or TikTok, wherever it was. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A baker's dozen. And Spencer Strider heads to the dugout. Let's get him some more runs, Braves country. We need to win this one with an exclamation point.
I'll try and break it down one more time. The fact that you are attracted to me and the mess that I am is the red flag.
Super marriage tip. If your wife is not cleaning the house as she should, let her know that you have friends coming over later that afternoon. After she gets done cleaning the house and it's all spotless, inform her that the friends canceled and wouldn't be coming. And
I dress cute. I smile at him. I even winked at him 2 times. You winked at him? And now they get back.
I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Actually, I was born in Illinois. My mother and father were on an oleomargarine run to Chicago back in 1934 because we couldn't get colored margarine in Wisconsin. On the way home, my mother was with child, me, and the pain started, and my dad pulled off into an exit area, and that's where the event took place. I remember it was a nativity-type setting. And I was immediately wrapped in swaddling clothes and put in the back of a 37 Chevy without a heater. And that was the start of this Cinderella story that you're hearing today. I signed a very modest $3,000 bonus with the Braves in Milwaukee, which I'm sure a lot of you know. And my old man didn't have that kind of money to put out. But the Braves took it. And from there on, it was baseball. Starting with the Braves in Milwaukee, St. Louis, where I won the World's Championship for them in 1964, to the Philadelphia Phillies, and then back to the Braves in Atlanta, where I became Phil Niekro's personal chaser.
Look, I probably should have told you this before. Insanity runs in my family. Practically gallows.
Welcome back. Marcell Ozuna leads us off, takes the first pitch, down and away, curveball misses. From Dollander, his 83rd pitch of the afternoon, it's 1-0. The 1-0, down and in, 2-0. John said that Max Scherzer had a minor league rehab start by him yesterday. Man, you talk about some heckling if I would have been there. Woo! Get your popcorn ready. The 2-0 to Ozuna, swing and a miss, chase 98, well out of the zone, 2-1. Not only is he a Met and a National and a Dodger, he also led the Players Union on the last lockout. The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Two count. I don't know where he played, but you could have heard me throughout the Northeast if I was up there. I probably would have brought a bullhorn. The 2-2. Check swing back to the mound. Dribbler. 1-3 put out. One away. What are you saying, Razor? Adam Duvall's a free agent, just saying. What are you saying? One away, and Drake Baldwin will be the batter. Baldwin digs in, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch off the plate, it's 1-0. Good night, Irene. He's a free agent for a reason. The 1-0. Swing, slices it foul, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, chopper, another one back to the mound. Oh, he drops it. And Drake Baldwin is going to be safe. He throws it into the outfield, and Baldwin's going to scoot all around to second base. It'll be an E2, but the Drake gets on with one out and into scoring position. How about that?
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
When Dollander spit the bit and let the ball go off his glove, he should have just put it in his back pocket. That's one of those ones where you turn and spin and throw the ball before you ever even look to see. Drake Baldwin had already crossed first base when he let go of the ball. He threw it into right field. And it took a good carom for the Rockies, if not Drake standing on third. Adam Duvall is about to be 37 years old. The other thing about Adam Duvall, since we have a second, and I guess you just haven't been paying attention. 2023, he had a negative WAR. 2024, he had a negative WAR. He had a decent beginning to the 2023 season, but he got hurt. Ozzie Albies swings at the first pitch again. It'll be a lazy fly ball into center field. Catch is made, and Drake will come all the way down to third, but there are 2 outs. Yeah, he's been cooked for a while. Remember last year the Braves had a hard time scoring. He couldn't get off the bench. He's retired without telling you he's retired. I mean, Ryan Klesko is a free agent too. Michael Harris is second, the batter. First pitch down and in. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. It looks like this will be the last inning for Dollander. He's at 92 pitches. Michael 0 for 2. Takes the four-seam fastball in the dirt. 2-0. Might be his last batter, because if he were to walk or to give up a base hit, they may go get him. But you do have Nick Allen on deck, so it's not like you're going to the bullpen because you're worried about Nick Allen. It's more, does he out of gas? The 2-0. Outside wide, 3-0. 3-0 count. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch. 97, a little below the knees, but he got the call 3-1. That seemed like a charity strike. Nick Allen has 0 home runs. He is not a home run hitter. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. So a full count. Righty-lefty matchup. The full count. Drake at third. 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I was wondering why he wasn't just throwing fastballs by him. He's blowing them right by him all game long. That'll end the inning. The Braves put one on, but can't do a thing with it. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 7th we go. Braves lead it 4-0.
I heard that corduroy pillows are trending. They're really making headlines.
You know it's hot out here when you walk outside and you just start looking at the environment crazy. Damn, this sweat gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be dripping down your crack. Like, ooh, you nasty. Ugh.
Greatest center fielders of all time.
Tiger Stadium, that was the stadium that Cobb built. Thousands of people swamped the park every day and every game to see Cobb play and wonder what miracle he'd perform next.
Cobb was a demon on the base paths and a wizard with the bat.
He did lead the league in batting average 12 times in a 13-year segment. Now, think about that. Nobody in baseball history has had a 13-year segment in which they led the league 12 times. He did it in what was the most important category of his day.
Cobb owned the all-time hit record for more than half a century. His numbers were the product of his passion for the game.
Tai Cobb was a player that did everything hard. As soon as he got his uniform on, he was a different man. He hit those bases hard, and he went after that pitcher hard all the time. And that's just kind of a ball player he was.
I think he got a pretty bad rap because he was mean and nasty in the early part of his career. It was that competitive fire that made him so great.
You could talk about all you want. I don't care anybody else. Cobb was by far the greatest ball player ever lived.
In 1950, there was a poll of who the greatest players were in various sports. Tai Cobb was the winner in baseball. He beat out Babe Ruth. And that sort of confirms the original Hall of Fame vote in 1936. Cobb got the most votes, 222, and that's how he was regarded by people who saw him play.
Well, this is a great day in my life. I'm very happy to be here. I feel greatly honored, the privilege of being here.
No problem, Gino. This guy dead dogs. Just lay it in there.
Eat and die, Ricky.
Eat live, Bill.
Welcome back. Spencer Strider spinning a gem today. That's it for him. 87 pitches, 13 strikeouts. Hold on to your hats because here comes Rafael Montero. First pitch on the way for Montero is 96 at the knees. It's 0-1. Montero kicks and fires. Fastball right there on the outer edge. 0-2. Montero comes in with a 4.91 ERA. The biggest thing that jumps out is the 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. Bender missing the zone. Montero's lack of control, his walks, that's what's really gotten him into the doghouse is the 1-2. Swing, fouls it back, we'll do it again. He has 23 strikeouts this year in 22 innings, but he has 15 walks. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Chase the splitter. One down. One away. That'll bring Moniak, the left-handed bat, to the dish. Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch on the way to Mickey Moniak is swung on, chopped towards the first base side. It's 0-1. In a perfect world, the Braves get some insurance next inning after a shutout inning by Montero, and they can let him go back out there for multiple innings. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Montero flips a splitter well wide of the plate. The 1-2 from Rafael brings it. Swing, chops it foul down the line. We'll do it again. His lack of control is what led to Houston giving up on him. We've got a couple of those guys in our bullpen. That's how. Is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Good splitter. 2 down. If you remember that extra innings game where he came in and pitched a gem and got the Braves out of danger, that splitter was the pitch that was working. That's when we first added Montero to the bullpen, and all you could think of was, man, this guy's got good stuff. How did Houston let go of him? And then after that, it was walk after walk after walk. First pitch on the way is a slider right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Jose Ortiz, we got him off the trash heap from the Philadelphia Phillies, and his numbers are much worse as the 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. And there's still, to me, no excuse why Atlanta got rid of Scotty B or Kimbrel for Ruiz. Is the 1-1. Misses high and out of. Now they're going to call that a strike. We'll take it. It's 1-2. Ryan Ritter, 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts. The 1-2 from Montero. He looks in, brings it. Slider in the dirt, 2-2. Braves 4, Rockies nothing. The 2-2. Called, looking strike three. He got caught watching the paint dry. Heck of an inning. I'm starting to wonder, did Strider have a great game, or is this just because it's the Rockies? Striking out the side, Montero. We'll be back in a flash.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball. Me out to the top. Find me something up. Crack the jack.
Welcome back. Nick Allen leads us off. Molina, the right-hander, will be the pitcher. First pitch swinging. Lazy fly ball. FA on your scorecard, one away. Man, if the Braves are going to make any kind of a run, they got to figure out the shortstop. Nick Allen is a good bench player. He's not a starting shortstop in the major leagues. He's a really good bench player. Very good defensively, but offensively, he just brings you nothing. Ronald Acuna Jr. will dig into the plate. First pitch on the way. Down and away, it's 1-0. Two for two with the home run and a walk. 3 runs scored. 3 of the 4 runs scored by the Braves. The other one he drove in, the 1-0. Swing, chops it foul. 1-1. Braves lead it 4-0. We're here in the bottom of the 7th. I'd still like to get some kind of insurance policies going on here. The 1-1. Swing. Rifles it down the line. Foul. It's 1-2. Love not to have to use the back of that bullpen today. One-two count. Swing. Rips that up the middle. Ritter's got it. He'll flip it over to first. Good play by Ritter at short. 2 down. 6-3 in your scorecard. 2 quick outs, and that'll bring Alex Verdugo to the plate once again. First pitch on the way to Verdugo is below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. Verdugo 0 for 2. He did walk in the first inning. The 1-0 off the plate, 2-0. Good to see you, Tree. Better late than never. And Skate Baker. Jimmy, good to see you. I thought I saw you in the chat. The 2-0. Swing. Fouls it away. 2-1. 2-1 count. On deck would be Austin Riley, but there are 2 outs. The 2-1 to Doogie. Kicks and fires. 93 on the outer edge, 2-2. Chris Sale on the mound tomorrow. It's a 1:35 first pitch. We'll come on the air at about 1 o'clock. Get you set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. The 2-2 brings it. Down and away, full count. So Molina Anthony Molina, 6 foot 170 pounder. Just 23-year-olds out of Venezuela. The payoff pitch swung on, lifted down the left field line. Is that going to drop? That's going to get down in fair territory. Throw comes into second base. Verdugo will slam on the brakes, and it is a 2-out single by Dr. Doogie.
What's going on? Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger. Get the OR ready. We've got a live one going and we want him to stay that way.
So Doogie stands at first. I don't know why they don't pinch run Eli White there. First pitch on the way is a slider. Down below the knees, called for a low strike. It's 0-1. Gives you the advantage of getting Eli into the defensive outfield in the next inning, even if Riley can't come through, as the 0-1's in the dirt. Taken all the way, 1-1. 1-1 count. Riley 2 for 3 with 2 singles today. He has an RBI. The 1-1 swing, pops it up. Foul territory, but it'll get into the seats. 1-2. If he can keep the line going, Olsen stands on deck. Braves 4, Rockies nothing. Bottom of the 7th. 2 outs. The 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. Good take by Riley. Philly and Toronto are still tied at 2. They're in the 7th inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Riley down on strikes. We'll head to the top of the 8th, leading by 4.
So I feel like I can make some money off this idea. So if you get ghosted by somebody, you just call me. I call them. And then we tell them that we just found your dead body and that they were the last ones to be seen with you. And so now they got to come in for questioning.
I didn't go to Vietnam just to have pansies like you take my freedom away from me.
You went to Vietnam in 1993 to open up a sweatshop.
And a lot of good men died in that sweatshop.
Joe DiMaggio had a sense of the game that very few athletes have ever had.
He could throw, he could run, he could hit and hit with power. And made it look easy.
He was my idol. Joe DiMaggio, I thought, was the greatest all-around ball player of all time. He was probably instinctively the best outfielder that ever lived.
He would lope over there to bring it in. He was the smoothest center fielder I ever saw.
Joltin' Joe led the Yankees to 4 straight titles. He had a lifetime batting average of .325 and a streak that may not be matched.
Safe hits in 56 consecutive games, an all-time record.
In 1941, the guy hits in 56 straight games, wins the MVP over Ted Williams, who had 406 that year, and in 621 plate appearances, strikes out 13 times. This is a power hitter.
A truly rare breed that harnessed both power and discipline.
There aren't many people who have home run totals that are that similar to their strikeouts. 361 homers, 369 strikeouts for his career, and more homers than strikeouts in 7 different seasons.
One of the game's all-time greats, who always went all out in playing his way to the pinnacle of his profession.
I saw DiMaggio play 5 years. He never did anything wrong. He was a perfect ball player.
Want to hear a cheer that I heard this morning in the softball tournament? Katie's on 2 and she's got to go. Pooh, bring her home. Bring her home. Sophie's on 3 and she's got to go. Pino, bring her home. Bring her home.
Rafael Montero will go back out there for the 8th inning. First pitch on the way. The fastball swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Farmer 1 for 2 on the day with the double. Pitch swung on and fouled back. It's 0-2. If the Braves could get out to a huge lead, they would probably put Ruiz into the game. The 0-2. Dribble down the line, foul. We'll do it again. We've only got 1 offensive inning left before that could take place. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. We will have the heart of the order due up in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Olsen, Ozuna, and Drake. The 1-2. 95 misses high. 2-2. Two count. Swing, chops it off his instep. We'll do it again. Kyle Farmer batting .232 on the year. He's 1 for 2 today. Braves lead it 4-0. If you're just joining us, Spencer Strider threw an absolute gem. 6 innings, 13 strikeouts. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it into shallow left field. Drifting back, making the catch is Nick Allen. 1 away. He struck out 13. Montero struck out 3, so we have 16 strikeouts. Tyler Freeman, the batter, the number 9 hitter. He's 1 for 2. First pitch. Drops a bunt. Angles towards the first base dugout. It's 0-1. Freeman batting .306 on the year, 1 home run. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it back, 0-2. You wonder why he's hitting 9th and batting .300. He hasn't had that many at bats so far this year. You got to figure he'll start finding his way up in the order if this continues. The 0-2. Swing, come back into the mound off of Montero's glove. Ozzy's got to hurry. Fires it to first, and it's a 4-3 putout. Good play by Ozzy Albies. Got the ricochet off the glove and was able to pinpoint his throw to Olsen and beat the runner. Wow. That looked like that could end up being an infield single. Ozzy off his front foot just got him by about a half step. First pitch on the way to the leadoff batter. Sam Hilliard is swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Hilliard, the ex-Brave, is 0 for 2 with the walk in the 6th. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 96. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Hilliard played with the Braves in 2023. 40 games, 72 at bats. As the 0-2 misses outside wide, 1-2. He helped out on that record-breaking year, getting 3 home runs of his own for the Braves. Splitter, outside wide, 2-2. He's been in the major since 2019. That was the only year where he has not been a Rocky. The rest of the time, he has been a Rocky. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Braves have 17 strikeouts on the day, 4 by Montero. We'll be back in a flash.
If you've ever looked at a map of the European Union, you'll notice an awkward blob in the middle which doesn't belong to it, and that blob is Switzerland. Switzerland is famously neutral, and in addition to not being a part of the EU, it's also not a member of NATO, and it didn't even join the United Nations until 2002. Hasn't fought a single war in over 200 years. Why is it that Switzerland has been such a stable and safe place for centuries? The answer lies in the geography of Switzerland. The country can be divided into 3 separate parts. In the south are the Swiss Alps, a gigantic mountain range that covers most of Switzerland's territory and separates it from Italy and Austria. To the west and north are the Jura Mountains, a range much smaller than the Alps, but still large enough to separate the country from France. And finally, there is the Swiss Plateau, a basin dotted by rolling hills, rivers, and lakes that is home to most of Switzerland's population. It's no accident that Switzerland's major cities are all located in this region instead of the other 2. Switzerland's plan for dealing with a potential invasion from anybody was called the National Redoubt, and it was essentially intended to make any possible enemy look at the map, look at Switzerland, and think to themselves, no thanks, as Switzerland continues to have mandatory male conscription. All men have to serve in the military for 170 days and receive basic training. They enter into the reserves afterwards and keep their rifles at their home. Switzerland has the ability to mobilize over 200,000 soldiers within 72 hours of an emergency being declared. In addition, every road, bridge, tunnel, and railroad in the country has been designed in a way that they can be remotely blown up to deny a possible invader from ever using them. There are over 3,000 of these points that can be blown up inside of the country, including entire mountainsides that can be detonated to cause a landslide to block off entire roads.
Bottom of the 8th we go. Matt Olson, the batter. Changeup is off the plate. Molina back out there. It's 1-0. Braves lead it 4-0. The 1-0. Swing. Pops it up. Lazy fly ball into Left field, one away. One down. That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Braves just 4 hits today against Colorado. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Fastball at the knees. It's on 1. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. 1-1 count. Ozuna. The 1-1, 92 at the knees. Slider. They're calling that a slider. That's not a slider. It's 1-2. That looked more like his fastball. The 1-2. Inside. 2-2. If it was a slider, it didn't slide. It was straight as an arrow. Two count. In the dirt. Full count. 3-2. Braves lead it 4-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. The payoff pitch. Swing. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. Cardinals lead the Brewers 7-4. They are going into the 7th inning. Full count. Molina straightens up and brings it. Swing. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. The full count. Swing and a miss. Chase one around his ankles. Below his ankles. Below home plate. 2 down. So one last chance for the Drake to swing the bat. Drake Baldwin. He is 0 for 3 today. First pitch on the way is 96 at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on, foul back. 0-2. Oh-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch. Swing. Pops it up. Another lazy fly ball in the left field, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We head to the top of the 9th. The heart of the order due up for the Rockies. Is it Montero, or do they go elsewhere? We'll find out when we return.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
You don't go into the other team's clubhouse. I'm sorry, but if I'm on that team, I'm going, get the bleep out of here. We'll see you on the field. You don't need to be in the other team's clubhouse. If you play on the other team, you'll see him on the field. I know times have changed. I don't care about fraternization. I don't care about pimping homers. I don't care about any of that. You don't walk into my clubhouse. You just don't. If I would have gone into the other team's clubhouse, even if you leave on good terms, in the clubhouse, somebody would have been like, get the out of here now.
Have you seen a player while you were playing head
Never.
into an opposing clubhouse?
Not one time in 13 seasons did I ever see this. You know, to me, this was on Kevin Cash. You got to know, like, man, come on, man. These other guys are in here trying to prepare for a game. Look, there's many ways to sneak around in a clubhouse and in the stadium if you want to see a guy besides, you know, strolling him through the actual clubhouse, coach's office, or, you know, even in the cage. I have nothing wrong even meeting in the cage, you know, in the tunnel. But the clubhouse has always been sacred.
You don't go into the other team's clubhouse.
Baby, you can play with your taxes. You can play with your ass. You can play with your rent. But not me. Good day, my love.
Well, you know, first time away from home. I was 18. You know, you go from Vegas to Pikeville, Kentucky. I mean, it's a pretty drastic difference. You know, we stayed in the dorms, and I was, like, baffled that there was no place to eat at 9 o'clock at night. Everything was closed. Jim Ferry was our first manager, and, you know, he was from the South, had the Southern Alabama accent, and, you know, he would always, like, start every sentence off, listen up, all right, y'all suck, okay? Ain't none of you good enough to get to the big leagues. So, y'all, you better get the names and addresses, everybody, because half you mother aren't going to be around here next year.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. Welcome back. Braves lead it 4-0. They're going to go to Dylan Lee again. It's kind of the point of yesterday, where Dylan Lee was used in a blowout. Now he's being used again in a 4-run game. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball, down and in. It's 1-0, which most likely would mean that he would not be available in Sunday's game. So your closer, they would either go back to Iglesias or lean on Pierce Johnson if there's a closing opportunity. 1-0, down and in, 2-0. For those of y'all who missed the game, don't know what I'm talking about, the Braves had a 12-4 lead in the ninth inning, and they brought Lee out of the bullpen, who's essentially their closer now by committee, but he is one of their main cogs. The 2-0 lifted over towards the first base side. Matt Olson will make the first catch just past the camera well in foul territory, but in play is what I'm trying to say. One away. And they could have easily went 100 different ways than to have Lee go out there and pitch yesterday. Once they got the 8-4 lead, I mean, at that point you can talk about putting Ortiz out there. I think he got gun shy because of what happened in the implosion of the Arizona game. First pitch on the way, swung on and roasted over to third. Off the glove of Riley. That should be another error by Riley. It's got to be double digits by now. E5 in your scorecard. 1 on, 1 out. I mean, that's just a simple play right there. You got to make that play. So 1 on, 1 out. Tying run now moves to the hole. First pitch on the way is a slider. Right there for a strike across the letters. It's 0-1. 0-1. That's what's always hurt Austin Riley with his... When we talk about him getting a gold glove, 0-1 pops it up down the left field line, giving Chase's Verdugo. He will not get there. 0-2. And why is Eli White not out there in the left field? Unless you told me he broke his toe, there's no reason why Eli White shouldn't be out there playing defense with a 4-run lead in the ninth. 0-2 count. Heck, Azakar's a better defensive outfielder than Verdugo. The 0-2 from Lee. Lefty, the pitch. Swing, fists it down the left field line, but fouling out of play. Braves 4, Rockies nothing. The 0-2. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with 94 up inside. 2 away. It's the 18th strikeout for the Braves. And the Rockies are down to their last out. It's just what the doctor ordered when you're scuffling is to have a homestand that starts off versus the Rockies. But it's one thing to talk about, it's another thing to do it. And the Braves, 1 out away from for the first 2 wins of this series, it would put them on a 3-game winning streak. And 3 is a streak. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. It would also be 4 of their last 5 as Goodman takes second. He won't get the stolen base. It's defensive indifference. And they'll have a chance for a sweep tomorrow with their ace, Chris Sale, on the mound. The 0-2 from Lee. Down and in, 1-2. Phillies and Blue Jays are still tied at 2 in the bottom of the 8th in Philadelphia. The 1-2 from Dillon. Brings it. Swing, pops it up, back foul over the first base dugout. We'll do it again one more time. First pitch tomorrow, 1:35. Come on the air about 1 o'clock. Get you set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Chris Sale Day and Austin Gomber making his season debut for the Rockies. The 1-2. Swing, hits it hard up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. That will score a run, and it's 4-1 Atlanta. Hard hit ball. Nick Allen dove for it, but could not keep it from going to the outfield. It just ricocheted off his glove, but he was laid out flat. The run comes around to score. If he comes up with that, I don't think he's going to get the runner at first, but it would have stopped the run from scoring. That'll bring Beck to the plate. Jordan Beck, first pitch on the way, batting for Moniak. Takes the first pitch down and in, it's 1-0. Doyle is at first. To get Doyle would have been something because he's a center fielder. He's got very good speed. I don't think Allen would have had time. The 1-0. Up top slider, 1-1. One count. Braves lead it 4-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. The pitch. Swing, chops it off his instep. And the Rockies once again are down to their last strike. Beck batting .265. We saw him in the lineup yesterday. He'll be back in the lineup tomorrow with the lefty on the mound. Braves fans are at their feet, trying to root along and get Dylan Lee this final out. The 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. 2-2 count. Lee comes set. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. Braves set a single game record with 19 strikeouts in one game. Player of the game, game ball. Man, you could give it to a couple. 2 guys come to mind immediately. Spencer Strider, 6 innings, 13 strikeouts. We'll give him the nod, but it's almost a co-MVP because Ronald Acuna Jr. carried this offense today. 2 for 3 with the home run, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. You can make the argument either way. We're going streaking, baby!
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! Bring your green hat. Let's go. Come on, everybody. We're going. Woo! Come on! Streaking! Woo! We're streaking! We're going the quad to the gymnasium.
Streaking. Get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
Now.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.